Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queens.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Amadeus.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Stop. Carry on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
Hold up.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
H-Town. I'm Marquez. Yes to you, boy.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Party with Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen QueenAShakur show. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to get this pulled up on my phone. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see who is in here. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. It doesn't cost you a single thing. Okay, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr.A_Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay, we got Ben Cephas in the house. The elder Barbara Rashawn Live is in here. Okay, shout out to you, beloved. 504 Nola, James Allen, Pearlie, Claudette, love her. Terry is here. Battle Axe. All right, Mr. Elevation, Jeff ATL, Yvette, Key Marcel is here. Deronda, Nessie X, Jade McClinton. Okay, so let's get into it. Darcia, Child Brooklyn is in the house. Most hated bronze flat power gods. Shout out to everyone tuned in to the Queen. Okay, shout out to my moderators for putting in work. So let's get into it. Now, we already know that Hillary Clinton told us about a month and a half ago that there was going to be an October surprise, okay? Specifically something about Kabami coming out. Well, I guess this must be it because now all of a sudden they're talking about they have an SEX tape of Montel Williams and Kabami. Now, I don't believe a word of it. And Montel Williams, quite frankly, responded to the post that referenced this on X, formerly known as Twitter. I saw this stuff last night. So let's get into it. They got rumors out here on Trump-Tamron Hall, which I also don't believe, but let's talk about it. Montel Williams addresses rumored Kamala Harris SEX tape that could break the internet. Let's look at this lovely picture of Kabami in her younger days. Okay, Kabami was quite the looker, if I may say so myself. All right, as you can see, now we've all seen the video of Montel and Kamala from years ago. Not an SEX video now. I'm just saying we've seen a regular video of them just out having a good time. Okay, so Montel Williams defended himself and the Vice President Kamala Harris in the face of salacious rumors. The 68-year-old took to social media to dispel the suggestion that an explicit film of him and Harris, his former girlfriend, exists. A user under the account of @MattWallace888, whom I happen to follow, he does have salacious news, but I don't believe this one. Okay, he shared this on Monday, October the 28th. Wow, I was just informed by my friend. Now, this is what Matt Wallace posted. Wow, I was just informed by my friend, who is the CEO of a large tech company, that there is allegedly an SEX tape being shopped around involving Kamala Harris and Montel Williams. This could break the internet and seriously damage the Harris campaign with just 8 days until the election. And so once he became aware of the gossip, Montel Williams made clear that no such video exists. He says, wow, I hear a blogger I've never heard of got millions of views claiming someone is shopping an SEX tape of me, rolling eyes emoji. That will break the internet. Okay, this is what he said. He said, let's break the internet with truth. There is no tape. And then he said, Kamala HQ's surge clearly has some people worried. Okay. Now, after Williams' response, the originator shared an update to his followers, alerting them that the allegations are false. Okay, he didn't want the smoke. All right. And so here's what he posted right here. I'm going to share my screen. You know, I don't know why people just make up these lies. Listen, let the chips fall as they may. Now, if the person that you're supporting for president is losing, if they don't win, just accept it and deal with it. Life goes on. But you see, some people cannot just do that. They have to make up salacious lies, spread rumors and gossip, trying to make the other party look bad. Okay, that's what I'm not going to do. Okay, let's just tell the truth. There's enough salacious truths going around. Just talk about that. For instance, Trump getting in that garbage truck on yesterday.
after Biden called his supporters garbage. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay, so anyway, it goes on to say, at Kamala Harris and I briefly dated. This is what Montel continued to say. Kamala Harris and I briefly dated about 20 years ago when we were both single. So what? Okay, this is what he explained in his 2019 during Harris's first presidential campaign after throwback photos of the two began to circulate. Okay, so he said this a few years ago. I have great respect for Senator Harris. I have to wonder if the same stories about her dating history would have been written if she were a male candidate. Probably not, if we're just being honest. Okay, Williams officially endorsed Harris in July of 2024 by retweeting Maryland Governor Wes Moore's message of support. So there you have it. Montel said there is no tape. I don't believe there's a tape either. Okay, I don't believe there's a tape either. People need to stop making up stories on these people, whether you like them or not. Okay, that's what people need to do. Stop making up stories. Like this story they made up about Trump and Tamron Hall having a whole affair some years ago. Let's get into it, honey. I mean, I wouldn't think that Trump would be Tamron Hall's type, but hey, I don't know Tamron Hall in real life. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it as soon as I can find the hold on, I'm in the wrong email. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I have too much going on. Hold on. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here we go. Rumors of alleged affair between Trump and Tamron Hall. Now, mind you, these are some old rumors that have recently resurfaced, okay, for nefarious reasons nonetheless, because this is an allegation that was out years ago. Rumors of alleged affair between Donald Trump and Tamron Hall resurfaced. So, days before the U.S. election, rumors of an alleged past affair between former President Donald Trump and journalist Tamron Hall have resurfaced. Now, the claims were highlighted in an October 29th article on Interesting Mysteries written by journalist J.K. Trotter. And according to Trotter, the alleged relationship between Trump and Hall, a former Today Show co-host, was known to several NBC journalists back in 2016, they say. Now, the article asserts that these journalists discovered evidence suggesting Hall may have been pregnant from the alleged affair and later had an abortion. Now, I want you all to pay attention. See, just listen to this foolishness. First of all, if this lady had ever had an affair with Trump, how would anyone other than her or Trump know about an abortion? I'm sorry, what? Just pay attention. Now, what this speaks to me is, are they trying to imply that Trump, who is supposed to be pro-life and against abortion, was in fact paying for one? Please pay attention, but let me continue. And so goes on to say, the article also references a 2016 incident where anonymous users on the web forum 4chan, oh, you should really listen to 4chan, please. Okay, reportedly accessed voicemails left on Trump's personal phone. They say one voicemail allegedly featured Hall thanking Trump for advice regarding a meeting with someone by the name of Max and mentioning plans to use Trump's discount for $3,000 for a Gucci dress. In another voicemail, Hall reportedly expressed disappointment over a YouTube video linked to Trump, remarking that it was not becoming of him and was crummy. In 2017, Hall unexpectedly left NBC and MSNBC shortly after Trump's inauguration without providing a detailed reason for her departure. Later that year, she began dating music executive Stephen Greener, whom she married in 2019. Neither Hall nor Trump have publicly commented on the resurfaced allegations, and NBC has not addressed the claims regarding its journalist knowledge of the affair. Let me just tell y'all something. This is all so nefarious, okay? And I don't know who's behind it, but clearly somebody is. If I had to guess, I'd say the Democrats. If I had to guess, I would say the Democrats, okay? At the end of the day. It just sounds like something they may have put out, is all I'm saying. And here's the thing. They say that his phone was hacked and that somebody heard conversations. Well, who's the voice expert that was able to identify that it was in fact Tamron Hall's voice? Even if someone did, let's say someone did hack his phone. Who was the expert that was able to ascertain that it was in fact Tamron Hall's voice? Okay, please pay attention. Okay, this is all fake. He was president. Why didn't they put this ish out then? Exactly. The lies continue. I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's all so crazy. Okay, just people saying anything. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this garbage comment that Biden came up with. Now, you see, since Biden said that Trump's supporters were garbage, well, it appears that Kabami has tried to distance herself from him now. That's what's going on here. They said that she's now trying to distance herself. I got to show you all these videos. Hold on. Like so, everyone, please like and share. First of all, let's take a clip. Look at this clip of Trump boarding a garbage truck. One thing about it is Trump is known for trolling. Okay, that's what he's going to do. He's going to always troll. Now look at this foolishness. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Terrible term to use the word garbage. We're garbage. And I call you the heart and soul of America. A terrible term to use the word garbage.
So y'all see that? I don't even know why they be trying it. At the end of the day, I don't even know why they even try it. Okay? Let me pull this up real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, here's what they say. Trump hits Wisconsin in garbage truck in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden. The truck is an apparent dig at President Biden, who called Trump supporters garbage during a virtual campaign call on Tuesday. Let's see what he had to say about it all. You know, like I said, I'm really shocked. Okay, Roddy says Trump is the king of political trolling. Yes, he is. Okay, he absolutely is. You know, and like I said, I was shocked that a sitting president would say such a thing about United States citizens.
I think that the comment made by really both of them, because there are really two of them, about being garbage, maybe 250 million people, they shouldn't be talking. That's like deplorable for Hillary. This is the deplorable for Hillary.
That is former President Trump on his way to that rally in Green Bay, Wisconsin, in a garbage truck that has a sign, Trump Vance, on the side, referencing the comment by President Biden that has gotten a lot of attention.
A speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable.
He clarified his comments, but let me be clear. I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for.
Remember Hillary? She said deplorable, and then she said irredeemable, right? But she said deplorable. That didn't work out. Garbage, I think, is worse.
All right, Joe. So Kabami's not riding with you on that one. Okay. Not riding with you on that one. 169 said, exactly, Queen, forgetting we are citizens first, no matter who we vote for. I mean, yeah, it just goes to show that the Deems are angry. And see, this is what I've been telling you guys. They're sitting there trying to act like it's the Trump supporters that are causing the divide and saying all these nasty, hateful things. But what are they doing? Even their own president, honey, is just doing the most. Okay? Just doing the absolute most. Now, with that all being said, let's go to some video footage from TikTokers and see what they have to say. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, this first video, I switched out the music because they were playing Lee Greenwood's song, Proud to Be an American. But this woman is basically showing the crowd at Madison Square Garden saying that Kamala could never. Okay?
Every time open a sex day, my kick, the words, my faith, can't even only be money saves. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Create a constant, just get it from the ground. Such a nice place, just a more for all. Spy hater, go ahead and get gone. Go ahead and get gone. Oh.
Okay, so she clearly said Trump doesn't need Beyonce. Okay. She said Trump doesn't need Beyonce. Now, 50 Cent did say that Trump asked him to come to one of those rallies. I want to say it was Madison Square Garden, and offered him $3 million. And 50 said no. 50 said he's afraid of politics. Okay. So he clearly didn't want to get involved. But it looks like Trump didn't need him after all. Okay. Now, here's what someone had to say about Trump's garbage trick.
I'm gonna be real with you. With Trump, love him, hate him, but when I tell you the man is a master at marketing, when Sleepy Joe called the people who are voting for Trump garbage, and this man pulls up in a garbage truck the next day. Hey man, that's some gangster. That is some gangster shit right there. I'm not voting for Trump or whatever. I'm not voting for Calamity either. But you gotta admit, I don't care who you are, what walk of life, he did that. Now I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not Calamity, and he absolutely did. That was hilarious to me. And here's the thing. One thing about it is Trump is good at marketing. Okay, let's not forget how many businesses he's had. Okay, even though some of them may have failed, nonetheless, the man's good at marketing. Okay, it's interesting to me because you see, no matter what the Democrats throw at Trump, he just flips it around on them by trolling them. It's just like Kabami lying about the McDonald's, okay, that she worked there. And then Trump trolls her by going to work at McDonald's. That was an excellent publicity stunt. It absolutely was the greatest ever. And then now Biden calls the people garbage, and he gets in a garbage truck to head to his next rally. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is all genius. Okay, please pay attention, Kabami. Because see, here's the thing: if Kabami spent more of her time, working on marketing for herself and her campaign and doing things and saying things that people actually were interested in hearing, she would fare a whole lot better than spewing word salad, blaming Trump on everything, and then just trying to spew dirt on him. Okay? Because this is what happens. He flips the script on them, and now who looks foolish? They do. As per usual, but let me continue because this man said he didn't vote for neither one of them because either way we're going to be screwed.
If Trump wins, it's going to be about revenge, and if Kamala wins, it's going to be about doing what she's told to do. Right now, I'm not leaning toward either one of them.
They're that bad.
That's just that bad, my friend. Trump is going to spend the majority of his presidency on the golf course playing golf and getting revenge. How is that going to help the American people? See, business will never mix with politics. I don't care how you try to twist it, bend it, or do it, it ain't going to mix.
What would you say to Kamala?
This is a perfect example of somebody that's getting an opportunity and ain't prepared.
How do we stop the hate?
Talking to each other and stop talking at each other. Nobody's perfect, my man.
All right, shout out to that elder for words of wisdom. Okay, shout out to him for words of wisdom. He's absolutely right. Okay, I couldn't agree more at the end of the day. All right. So with that all being said, Trump will absolutely be in there trying to get revenge, in my opinion. Now, he'll sign a policy or two, but he's still going to be trying to get revenge, and they know it, and that's what they fear. That's why they're so desperate at this point. They know darn well that they've gone far too far to turn back now, and that's what Kamala was saying the other day. She said if Trump gets in office, he's going to be trying to get revenge on his political opponents. Yeah, of course he is, and as petty as I am, I'd probably do the same thing if I were him, but let me continue. Okay, and here's what someone else had to say about this whole thing with Biden in those comments.
Good morning, everybody. I'm willing to bet up until yesterday, everybody forgot that President Joe Biden is still the president of this country. I'm wondering who is running in this country anyways. But let's take a moment and what did Joe Biden say yesterday? And I'm going to tell you my thoughts of why he said it. I think it was intentional. He said that MAGA supporters are garbage. But now, let's take a look at the situation. Joe Biden wanted a second term as president. Now, he got health issues, obviously. But he still wanted to be president. But Nancy Pelosi, Bill Schumer, Barack Obama, and a couple others basically forced him out and replaced him with Kamala Harris, who he selected for his running mate and was his vice president for the past 4 years. Now, you think he's happy with that idea? Now, you were not given a choice of who was going to run for the Democratic Party. No, that choice was made by that group of people that I just mentioned. Now, he's very bitter about it. Now, maybe you haven't noticed, but there's been friction between Kamala and Joe. And Kamala has not had him on the campaign trail. Now, why in the world? You're running for president, and you got the president of the country who could support you, but you don't use him? Why not? Just because of his health issues? He still talks. Now, I want you folks to think for a moment. Did he do this on purpose? Because he basically sabotaged Kamala's campaign, which was not a good run campaign. From the beginning, she did good. When she came out of the gate, I thought she had a shot. But the last 2 weeks, boy, she's gone behind, okay? She can't answer any question. I wonder if she knows the date of birth she was born. But anyways, all right? Do you think he did it on purpose? Or could it be his mindset? You decide. Let me know. All right? I would appreciate it.
Well, he did it on purpose. Yeah, Joe Biden is mad. And then Kamala's not even allowing him to get out there and help her on the campaign trail. Absolutely. Now, and speaking of her, here's the thing. You know, they accidentally announced that she was the winner. Did y'all see that yesterday? ABC affiliate mistakenly airs election results, sparking conspiracy theories. How do you say, what now? Election results? And the election hasn't even come out yet? I have so many questions. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I told y'all the fix is in, honey. Pay attention. Now, an ABC affiliate has sparked wild conspiracy theories after mistakenly airing election results for Pennsylvania. The results appeared on the ticker along the bottom of the screen during a broadcast of the familiar One Mexican Grand Prix by ABC local affiliate WNEP on Sunday. And so it showed Kamala Harris taking the state with 52% of the votes, while Donald Trump shares he had 47%. Okay, it instantly prompted claims of election rigging on social media, with one person tweeting, "The cheat is on." I mean, I've been telling y'all that. Please pay attention. Okay, y'all think it ain't? But anyway, I digress. Now, WNEP-TV said that the numbers came up on the screen in error. Well, we know they came up in error. Y'all didn't mean to let us know you want to cheat. But anyway, let's continue. Allegedly. And that they had been randomly generated as part of a test ahead of election night on November the 5th. Oh, really? I'll bet. And so then, let me just share my screen so you all can see this for those of you who missed it. This is all nefarious. They done told on themselves, like Cat Williams said, it's up for everybody in 2024, honey. All lies are being exposed. Okay? Y'all see this right here? Can y'all see it? Y'all see how they got Harris with 52% and Trump with 47%? Hold on. TVT 39 said they did the same thing for Hillary Clinton. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, Trump is currently leading the state by 0.6% points in an average of the top polls by Real Clear Politics. Biden won Pennsylvania by the narrowest of margins in 2020, beating Trump by 80,555 votes or 1.17%. Democrats have accused, and yes, I said Democrats, have accused Trump and his allies of laying the groundwork to contest a potential loss by stoking doubts about the election's legitimacy. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Say who? So you mean to tell me it's Trump's fault? Okay, it's Trump and his people's fault that they put up the wrong results, that they accidentally put up results, that's their fault. Now they're trying to blame it on Trump. Please pay attention. Is that all the Democrats do? Said they're trying, him and his allies are laying the groundwork to contest the potential. Here's the thing. The Democrats have already allegedly said they're going to contest it, that if Trump wins, they're going to contest it because of his criminal cases or something like that. They've already said it. Not to mention, they've already passed that nefarious bill that the military can come in here and handle business on American citizens if there's any sort of civil unrest or political protest. What do you think that means? What do you think they did that for? September the 27th, when they passed it, that's in case if by chance Kamala should win and anybody's protesting thinking that they did something shady specifically because of stuff like this that I'm talking about right now, that they can send in the military. That's what the Biden administration, including Kabami, has done. Okay, so I have several questions. But anyway, he has portrayed Democrats as cheaters, and they aren't. But let me continue. Called mail-in ballots corrupt and urged supporters to vote in such large numbers to render the election too big to rig. Now, in response, and why are they mad? If they're not trying to, why would they care if he said those things about making it too big to rig? Okay, I have questions. Now, in response to the WNEP TV broadcast, one person wrote on X, if the same graphics pop up after November the 5th with the same percentages and the same vote count, I'll be extremely suspicious, and the media wonders why nobody trusts them. Exactly. And the Democrats either, for that matter. Now, another person said ABC is cheating for the Democrat machine. Their license should be revoked. In a statement, the broadcaster said, those numbers should not have appeared on the screen. And it was an error by WNEP. Well, we know that it was an error, but why would such an error occur if they weren't already setting something up? Okay, I'm sorry. I just have questions. Lights up, everyone. Now, the numbers seen on the screen were randomly generated, sent out to help news organizations make sure their equipment is working properly in advance of election night. Oh, okay. Well, clearly yours isn't working properly if that happened. That's all I'm saying. They said the numbers were not reflective of any actual vote count. Well, we know that because the vote's not even over. Okay? They're telling us things we already know. I mean, they're doing nothing but stating the obvious and trying to gaslight. Please pay attention. Pennsylvania law does not allow mail-in ballots to be taken out of their envelopes until 7 a.m. on election day. That doesn't mean that you haven't done so, but let me continue. And no votes of any kind will be counted in Pennsylvania until after the polls close at 8 p.m. So they say. WNEP regrets the error and apologizes for any confusion. Y'all are, regretting the fact that you got busted, maybe. I'm just throwing stuff out there. We have taken steps to ensure that it doesn't happen again. Hopefully next time we won't get caught. That's what that translates into. ABC has already been attacked by Trump and his supporters over its alleged bias during the presidential debate on September the 10th. They're known for cheating, aren't they? Because didn't they, in fact, do a little something shady with the debate? Now I'm asking questions. I'm just asking questions. Okay, during the debate, did they not do a little cheating for Kabami's side and by fact checking Trump but not her? Conservative commentators claim that the moderators continually fact checked Trump while giving Harris a free pass. Well, that's the truth. That's what they did. It's called cheating. That's what it's called. So anyway, Sierra said they sure did. Edward said, yeah, okay. I mean, let me tell y'all something, honey. These people are nefarious and clearly desperate at this point. And it's nothing worse, in my opinion, than a desperate Democrat. It's nothing worse. All right? It is absolutely nothing worse. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, they come out here spewing these lies on poor little old Tamron Hall. Okay. And let me tell you what some people said. Hold on. Now, y'all got to hear this. Now, some have alleged, listen to this. First of all, let me show you all this picture of Tamron Hall and Trump. Cookie said desperate Democrats. Exactly. Look at this picture of Tamron Hall. Okay. And look, Tamron is she's wearing orange. She's wearing orange. You know, they be calling Trump Agent Orange. But let's continue. Okay, so now here's what they say. I thought this was interesting. They say a bombshell new report just dropped days before the most meaningful U.S. presidential election in years. Donald Trump has been spending millions of dollars to court the black vote and prove that he's not a racist. Okay, now they say now a new report is claiming that that he allegedly had an affair while being married to Melania with former NBC News and current talk show host Tamron Hall. So they say that basically people close to Tamron believe these rumors are part of a misinformation campaign to help Trump with black voters. I want you all to pay attention because here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention. How does that make any sense? Now it goes on to say, first of all, this story already came out years ago. They already said this, and I want to say it was back in 2016. So this is not like, oh, let's just put this out there. I wouldn't think. Now it has resurfaced, and they're saying this new story. It's not a new story. It came out in 2016, and it's just resurfaced. Okay, so anyway, they say the rumor mill went into overdrive yesterday when Tamron's former co-worker, Keith Olbermann, repeated the claims on his podcast. Keith can be heard on his podcast saying that Tamron not only dated Donald while married to Melania, but that she may have had an abortion by him. He adds that Tamron left MSNBC shortly after Trump was elected in 2016 and speculated that she was paid off by Trump after signing some sort of NDA with the former president. Now, Keith, who was fired from MSNBC for behavior-related issues, also explained that he tried to date Tamron while they both worked at MSNBC, but Tamron never went out on a date with him. So is he mad? Because that sounds like he's hating. This sounds like he made this bullshit up because he's hating and mad because Tamron didn't want anything to do with him. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, goes on to say that Media Takeout spoke with multiple people close to Tamron who said that there is zero truth to the rumors. They also told us that Tamron is hurt and disgusted by the rumors going around. They said we also spoke to one person currently at MSNBC who claims that NBC News looked into the rumors of Tamron and Trump briefly, but that they could not find any truth to them. The MSNBC employee called the rumors misinformation. Just call it what it is, lies. Okay, don't try to make it cute. It's lies, is what it is, if it's not true. Now, with that all being said, they say, and there's more. One person very close to Tamron says that at least one member of the beautiful talk show host inner circle believes that Tamron Hall Trump rumors are part of a broad misinformation campaign, possibly from Russia, China, or some other foreign source. Do they have to blame every darn thing on Russia? This could just be, I mean, why does it have to be Russia? The man has already admitted that he said the stuff. Okay, her former co-worker who got fired and who wanted to date her and she never did. So what does this have to do with Russia or China? The man said that he said this stuff. Okay, he's the one making these accusations. Now, the insider told us they're making up this rumor because they know that Tamron was Donald's friend back when he was on The Apprentice, before he started making racist comments. Oh, okay, before he started making racist comments. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, the insider continued saying this is a ploy to make Trump look less racist. How do you look less racist? Either you're racist or you're not. And to get black men to vote for him. It's disgusting. This is campaign interference. No, this actually isn't campaign interference. Somebody's just lying to be lying. And at the end of the day, if they feel that way, why don't they feel the same about the lies about Montel Williams and Kamala? Okay, at the end of the day, are they just putting those out there for nefarious reasons? It's just people telling lies and keeping up mess. That's all this is. And at the end of the day, I doubt very seriously that Trump has to put out false stories to get black men to vote for him. And here's proof.
Black MAGA, black MAGA, black MAGA, black MAGA, black MAGA, black MAGA, black MAGA. Donald Trump, yeah, that's my president. Donald Trump, the first black president. Ever seen a black patriot? Yeah, we exist. The Democrats use my color just to stay rich. Indict my president, you might as well indict me too. Call me your Uncle Tom, but really what Obama do? Not a damn thing, Trump was just that chicken.
Sorry, what? I don't think Trump has to put out misinformation and lies and rumors and innuendo to get black men to vote for him. That's abundantly clear to me. Okay, I'm sorry. The only ones that need to lie and paint narratives and spew falsehoods to get the black vote are the Democrats at this point, specifically the black men. And when that didn't work, they went and got Obama to come out and scold them as if he were their father and point his finger. I'm sorry, that's what the Democrats have to resort to, not Trump. Okay, let's just call a spade, all right? I mean, that's what it is. And here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. At the end of the day, Support the Arts says Black MAGA supporters are clowns. Support the Arts, you should call yourself a clown, beloved. Now, I have asked you, I'm not going to ask you again, do not call people names because they don't support Kabami. Okay, now I'm going to call you a clown since you're calling Trump supporters clowns, okay? We're not going to be here insulting people. Support the arts one more time, and I'm going to put you out of here for good. All right? Don't call people clowns. If they want to support Trump, that's on them. Just like I told you, if you want to support Kabami. Now, we're not going to keep having the same conversation, okay? Because it's real funny that the only people who call people names are Kabamians. They're the only ones who do it. Have y'all noticed this? Have y'all noticed this? Okay, Support the Arts gets mad and butthurt and resorts to calling people clowns. Nobody's calling you a clown. I'm calling you one now, though, for what you just said, but, you know. Okay, Dragon Lily says, support the arts. I think you're a hater. Clearly, Support the Arts is. Okay. What's the name of that song? Says, I'm on my magazine. I think it's called Black Man for Trump. I think that's the name of it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, Support the Arts, please sit down somewhere, okay? Don't let me have to scold you again, all right? So the bottom line is this. You know, people are saying all of this stuff, you know, trolling. Some people are just doing it to troll. Some people are just trying to stir the waters. Some people are desperate because they want their candidates to win. That's just all it is. I mean, at the end of the day, we should look past all of the foolishness, all of these rumors and in the window and just stick to the facts. Now, honestly, I see some of you saying you like that song. Yisun called them Black Bambos with an S. Let's not call people names again, Yisun. The same thing I'm saying to Support the Arts, I'll say to you. Let's not call people names. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, when I first played that song, I thought every last one of them were crazy. I literally thought every last one of them were crazy. But the more I listened to Kabami's foolishness and her word salad spewage and how she evades important questions and won't answer directly, and all she does is point the finger at Trump, and even though things that she accuses Trump of, she's doing herself, the more I listened to them, it all started to make sense. I said, okay, this is why Black folk are supporting Trump rather than her. She's a whole idiot. Sorry, it's true. That's just my assessment. Now, with that all being said, I have a video I want you all to listen to. This is a young man who I find very entertaining. His name is Dr. Julio. He has some things to say about the election.
What I'm about to say is going to shake the table and offend you. So if you have a weak conscience and a weak mind, run away from this video. I'm telling you now. And if you're easily triggered, get out. For those of you that are still here, right now, America is essentially Pride Rock. And there's two people vying for control of Pride Rock, Mufasa and Scar. The question is, which is which? Now, I'm going to say this like Judge Joe Brown. Well, the choices are simple. You got Donald Trump, who is closely aligned to Mufasa in the sense that when he is in office, everything was good. The antelope were anteloping, the giraffes were giraffing, the lions had enough food to eat, everything was copacetic in that particular ecosystem. And on the other side, you have, I love JoJo Brown's voice, I love it. And y'all know I do impressions. On the other side, you have Kamala Harris. She is Scar. She wants the power only for herself. That's all she wants. She wants power for herself, and she'll do anything to get it. She'll call me a Nazi. She'll call me anything she wants to call me just to get the power. People understand this. That's not a joke. It's an analogy that is powerful. Kamala Harris is in pursuit of power for the sake of power. Donald Trump is in pursuit of power for the people. This man is already a billionaire. He already has all the money you could want. He has all the fame you could want. He has all the clout you could want. He is running for the people of the United States. He is losing money running for president. He lost money running for president. He lost money while he was president. He's already worth about $1.2+ billion, and the president's salary is only $1.4 million when you take in everything the president gets on top of his base salary. The fact of the matter is, Kamala Harris, however, is telling you that she has to get in office to change everything around. And what happened when Scar was king of Pride Rock? Well, when Scar was king, all of the antelope disappeared. What did Sarabi say? Scar, there's nothing left. We must leave Pride Rock. We're not going anywhere. Then you have sentenced us to, I am the king. I can do whatever I want. And she said something, if you were half the King Mufasa, and he said, I'm 10 times the King Mufasa was. He resorted to censorship, physical censorship, that is. And which of these two candidates is one running around talking about, we need to censor social media. We need to censor these because they have a responsibility for people to just say information, to just say things out of their mouth and it goes unchecked. By the way, this is major. Donald Trump has reversed his position on banning TikTok. He said, we're going to keep TikTok. TikTok's not going to go anywhere. At least Donald Trump can tell you he reverses his position on something. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris, you said you'd ban fracking. No, I never said I would ban fracking. One clip post later. I'm absolutely banning fracking. I'm absolutely banning fracking. I'm going to be very clear. We're going to follow the law. We're going to follow the law. All she does is cackle herself into a cauldron of holes she cannot get out of. Period. Ask yourself, grocery prices up 33%. Grocery prices are up 33%. Gas prices are up 15%. Housing prices are up 34%. Ask yourself, which of these two administrations, Mufasa or Scar, which one was we eating under? We was eating under Trump with the PPP loans. We was eating under Trump when the stimulus checks was passed. And that's another lie she told on Shannon Sharp's interview. By the way, Shannon Sharp, you are an absolutely poor interviewer. I'm going to say it as a black man to another black man, as one podcaster to another. I don't care nothing about your platform being bigger than mine. What we saw, Shannon Sharp, was you asking softball questions to a weak presidential candidate, and I guarantee you that interview was controlled. I guarantee you it was. Donald Trump sat unfiltered with Joe Rogan for 2 hours, 58 minutes. Kamala Harris got asked softball questions by you, Shannon, and what that proved to me, brother, is that your platform was made great by the quality and caliber of the rest of your guests, not by your interview skills. You give me an hour with Trump, I'm grilling him. You give me an hour with Kamala Harris, I'm grilling him. But the thing I like about Trump is Joe Biden calls American workers garbage. Donald Trump buys and drives a garbage truck. You say anything negative about Kamala Harris, and all she gonna do is say, and Donald Trump has been running for office. And Donald Trump, and Donald Trump, and Donald Trump. It reminds me of Cat Williams on the air with Wanda, because she kept trying to come at Cat the way Kamala was coming at Trump. It seems like you like me a little bit. It's starting to bleed over the airways. People, we are in a serious debacle. We are in a battle for the soul of the nation. Are we going to go back to low inflation, or are we going to go back to economic stagnate? Are we going to pull forward? Are we going to be unburdened by what has been, so that we can move forward into the bright tomorrow from being undone? Wake up, smell the coffee. Go vote, people. Get out and vote. That's the most important thing. You have to vote. Pride Rock is at stake. Mufasa or Scar? Who you going to take? Yuri!
Okay, Dr. Julio's a mess. Now, with that all been said, here's the thing. He's absolutely right. And my bottom line is, has anyone noticed, other than myself, that Kamala keeps on making reproductive rights the focus of her campaign? Have you all noticed that she's not talking about the economy? Okay, she's talking about reproductive rights, abortions. That's what she keeps focusing on. Everyone doesn't care about that, specifically the women who look like me. We are not so concerned about that. And again, reproductive health has nothing to do with abortions, because people getting abortions are not reproducing. They're trying not to reproduce, okay? They're getting rid of the seeds, okay? So how does that even make sense? But anyway, So that's what she keeps talking about. That's what she keeps focusing on. Michelle Obama's message to men was a perfect rebuttal to Tucker Carlson. Michelle Obama's speech warns what a second Trump term would mean for women's health. This is all they care about. I want you all to pay attention to how they're promoting nothing but genocide. Okay, abortions, that's what that is. Why is this all that her and Michelle Obama are focusing on? We want to know about the economy. Okay, we want to know about the important issues. Everybody's not concerned about that, but yet this is the focus of their talking points. Let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. I'm going to share my screen. I just don't get it. This is all they keep focusing on, period. I mean, how many times do they have to tell us about it? I think this is the right video. Likes up, beloveds. Doesn't cost you a thing.
Moments ago, Michelle Obama wrapped up her first appearance on the campaign trail with Vice President Kamala Harris in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The former First Lady delivered a powerful message on women's rights.
To think that the men that we love could be either unaware or indifferent to our plight is simply heartbreaking. It is a sad statement about our value as women in this world. So fellas, before you cast your votes, ask yourselves, what side of history do you want to be on?
Joining me now, Susan Del Percio, Republican strategist and an MSNBC political analyst. And
say this quickly. You know, Luna says they hate because they can't have children. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I find it interesting because, you know, that is a good point. Kamala does not have any children except for the ones that she adopted of Doug's. She doesn't even have children. Yet she's sitting here running her whole campaign based on women's reproductive health, but at the same time constantly talking about abortions. And there was a sad video that I'm gonna have to find that video. I think I queued it in my email. But I want you all to see this video. I'm going to pull this up next if I have it, where she's talking to this woman, and it is all so scripted. This woman's crying fake-a-dow, crocodile tears. You can tell that she's been coached to say what she's saying. I mean, that's just what I got from it. But I want you all to see this after this, okay? Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
And Christina Greer, Associate Professor of Political Science at Fordham University and author of Black Ethnics, Race, Immigration, and the Pursuit of the American Dream. Susan, Christina, thank you very much for being here. I would love to get both of you to react to former First Lady Michelle Obama's and her emphatic speech there in Michigan. Christina, you go first.
Well, the former First Lady continues to be just a fantastic surrogate. She can articulate just right laser focus as to what the problem is with the larger Donald Trump rhetoric, and never making it a problem about Americans or America, but really, as many Black female politicians have done, serving as the canary in the mine to warn what's ahead, and also simultaneously inspiring hope while she does it. And so she's been a fantastic surrogate for the vice president. And hopefully this message is getting through, not just to inspire people to turn out, but to make sure that everyone in their network does so as well.
Susan, what do you think? The former First Lady's speech was emphatic and powerful on behalf of women, but she had a very direct message to men about why they needed to vote with their wives, sisters, mothers in mind.
She did, and I agree with Christina. She's a fantastic surrogate. I would say she's the top Obama surrogate, I'd go as far as to say. But what was so important about what Michelle Obama said in that speech is she wasn't afraid to use language about women and talk about menopause and things we're not supposed to talk about, and PAPs and all of these other things. She made it very real and relatable and said to the men, you're women, the women in your lives, whether it's your sister, your wife, your niece, your daughter, healthcare should be your top priority for them. And that's why this election is so important.
I want you all to pay attention. She said Michelle's talking about this is why this election is so important. It's about taking care of your family. So taking care of your family includes making sure they can get abortions. Taking care of your family is making sure the women in your life can get abortions. I'm sorry. Y'all excuse me, I'm sucking on a peppermint. At the end of the day, this is absolutely deplorable, okay? Absolutely deplorable. These people are about population control, not healthcare for women. Thank you, Bobo. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it, but I want you all to see this because I think I have that footage. And then I want you all to pay attention to how Kabami had the nerve to say Trump was obsessed. Hold on, where is it? Here we go, right here. Let's look at this. I think this is the one with the lady fake crying about abortion. Yeah, this is it. Oh my God, it's only so much I can take. It is just only so much I can take. I want you all to pay attention to this. Look how Kabami's, just look at the look on Kamala's face.
And so abortion and miscarriage are things people don't talk about. And so a lot of times patients think that they're alone, and then their physician is the only one that they're really speaking to about how they're feeling. It just emphasized how important this is, and that like this is care that like just needs to be given. And it can be emotionally like challenging sometimes.
And you absorb it all to give them a safe place to go and to give them strength. It's an incredible gift. And usually when you have this kind of gift, it takes a lot because it's sincere and you're giving it your all. And you have to know you're making a difference.
Girl, please sit down somewhere. This is all nefarious. Did y'all hear that? Now, y'all know that was all contrived. That lady was fake crying, okay? That was all so staged at Skeletor. You know it was. And please pay attention. Easy said it was staged too. Okay, it was all a grift. And you're taking it all in, and you provide them a safe place. Girl, sit down somewhere. And how come they're not talking about how ugly that hideous tan suit that Kabami was wearing was? Because last I checked, when Obama wore a tan suit when he was running for president, or he was already in office, they talked about how ugly it was. They didn't say nothing about Kabami with that little ugly suit with them kitten heels. But I digress. Let's continue. So I want you all to listen to this because Harris was giving her little speech. And she said that Trump is obsessed with revenge. It sounds like she's the one obsessed. See, that's how she's the one that keeps mentioning it. Okay, Trump must have them shook, and they're clearly desperate because they know what time it is if he gets in office, apparently. Now, she said that he's obsessed, but in my opinion, she's obsessed with him. I mean, she brings his name up no matter where she is and whom she's talking to, no matter what the question or the issue being discussed, Trump is her answer. Okay, that is her go-to answer and response.
And look, we know who Donald Trump is. This is not someone who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power. In less than 90 days, either he or I will be in the Oval Office. And here's the thing. There are many big differences between he and I, but I would say a major contrast is this. If he is elected on day one, Donald Trump will walk into that office with an enemies list. When I am elected, I will walk in with a to-do list full of priorities about what I will get done for you, the American people.
You mean just like you've done for the last 4 years that you've been the vice president? Yeah, okay, I don't believe it. And here's the thing. Why doesn't she let Trump tell us what he's going to do the first day in office? And why doesn't she just tell us what she's going to do and stick to that? Okay, Edward says she's already in the Oval Office. Exactly. So what are you waiting on? Lady, you could do some things right now. Okay, could have already done things. She's not doing anything but running her mouth.
And at the top of my list is bringing down your cost of living. That will be my focus every single day as president.
Now you know she's lying. How in the hell is she going to think about that every single day? So she's going to think about bringing down our prices every single day, literally. That's all she's going to think about. There's nothing else, but you're running around talking about reproductive health and abortions. That's what you've been focused on every single day, aside from Trump. That's what she's been focused on. So this lady's just saying whatever. This lady is just saying whatever. Support the arts. Nobody's being a hater. Stop being a obtuse. Okay, just because people disagree with you doesn't make them haters. I hate when foolish people say stuff like that. Oh, y'all are haters. Nobody has to agree with you. And disagreements don't equate to hate. Okay, it's just the way we see it. Perception is reality, and everyone has and is entitled to their own opinions. It has nothing to do with hate. Okay. Now, with that all being said, or really say cosplaying a leader. Exactly. Exactly. So, but let's continue with the bullshit.
I will give a middle-class tax cut to over 100 million Americans. Enact the first ever federal ban on price gouging on groceries.
Let me tell you why that's a nothing burger. I want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, she's saying she will enact a federal ban on price gouging. Now, that all sounds good, but here's the thing. The groceries are so high right now, it's not due to price gouging. Now, when there is a disaster that happens, like maybe, let's say if the power grid went out or there's a tornado or an earthquake or hurricane or something like that, then when there are states of emergency, some people have known that some of these grocery stores engage in price gouging. But that doesn't happen very often. Second of all, if she's going to do that, that's fine, and that's one thing. But what is she going to do about the high cost of groceries right now? I'll tell you what she's going to do. Nothing. The same thing that she's done for the entirety of her running beside or sitting with Biden. The same time that she's been the time that she's been in office. She's not done anything about it. And we know that she understands that the groceries are too high because she said it herself multiple times. I know groceries are too high. So if you know groceries are too high, why haven't you done anything previously? So please don't sit here and expect us to think that because you're talking about enacting a federal ban on price gouging of groceries, that that's going to help us right now. Because right now, they're not price gouging on groceries. The groceries are just too darn high because that's what they've set them at the end of the day. Okay? Price gouging means that no matter how high the groceries are right now at this minute, if an emergency happens, they can still double or triple or increase to some degree the prices. So they'll be even higher than they already are. That's the price gouging of it all, not what they regularly charge us. And regularly right now, they're charging us too much already. So my question is, what you going to do about that? Okay, what's you going to do about that? But let's continue.
And fight to make sure that hardworking Americans can actually afford a place to live.
Well, is she going to stop the homeless crisis? Because I have questions about that. They sent all those hundreds of billions over to Ukraine, and now they're talking about making sure people have a place to live. Hardworking Americans. What about people on disability? Everybody can't work hard. Some people are disabled and they can't work at all. So what about their cost of living? What are you going to do to help them? And then she said she's going to do something for all the middle class. There is no middle class anymore. There's just the rich and the poor. That's what it is. So what about the poor people who are down here struggling, trying to make ends meet, scraping and scratching from day to day, trying to get through? People who can barely pay their rent, barely can afford groceries. They don't have adequate health insurance. People in their families have mental health issues, and there's no way to send them to get mental health treatment. They can't afford psychiatrists or psychologists. Those cost hundreds of dollars per hour. What is she going to do about any of these things? Kabami, I'm talking to you. I wish I could have interviewed this lady because I have several questions. But let's continue.
And if you are caring for an elderly parent, my plan will cover the cost of home care under Medicare so that seniors can get the help and care they need to stay in their own homes.
And how is she going to go about doing that? Because it all sounds good on the surface when she's sitting here telling us that, but she also told us days ago that the Medicare and Social Security was about to run out in 10 years. That's what she said, and then she blamed it all on Trump and said it was going to be his fault. But I could have sworn that her and Biden were giving those benefits to illegal immigrants who came over here from Ukraine. So if it's already on the brink of decline and insolvency, as she said herself days ago, how is she going to now make it so that elders who have health issues can get free nursing? Because that's not cheap, trust me. So I don't believe this. She's just saying whatever she thinks the people want to hear at this point. She's clearly desperate. You know, she's almost at the finish line, okay? Her and Trump are neck and neck. All right. And so she's just trying to say whatever and throwing whatever at the wall to see what sticks. But let's continue.
And my plan will lower the cost of childcare, cut taxes for small businesses, and lower healthcare costs.
So if you listen to what she said, that means none of us are going to have any problems when she gets in office. She said that her plan is going to lower child care, that she's going to make sure everybody who's working hard has somewhere to live, that she's going to make sure that there's no price gouging on groceries. She's saying all of this stuff. How is she going to do all of this? How is she going to control all of these things and make it all happen? That sounds good. She can say all of these things, but how is she going to implement all of these ideas? And why hasn't she done any of them as of yet? Because this is a whole lot that she's claiming. This is a lot that she's claiming that she's going to do. How is she going to get all this stuff passed? Will she have control of the House and the Senate? How is she going to get all this stuff done? Truth Over Everything says they did price controls in Venezuela and the country economy collapsed. The Venezuelans are starving and are coming to the United States. Exactly. Exactly. And I've already told you all that they did the price control thing before, back in the 1930s, 40s, or 50s, and how that all turned out. Didn't turn out good. And so she was trying to lie and tell us, or she did lie and tell us, that for the first time in U.S. history, this is what she said a couple of months ago, I believe. This is going to be the first time in U.S. history, I'm going to be the first to do it. I put a federal ban on price gouging. Girl, that's already been done. That's already been done. I showed you all the receipts. This is how you should know that she's a liar who lies, and the truth isn't in her. This has already been done, but she doesn't expect that American citizens have common sense and will know to go and do the research and fact check what she's saying. Now, true enough, some of you won't. People like support the arts. They're just going to take her at her word, just like they took her at her word when she said, oh, Trump didn't really want to give you all those stimulus checks, trying to imply that for anybody voting for him just for that reason, that he didn't even want y'all to have them. First of all, how would she know that? Who said that? And second of all, what makes her think that that's the only reason, or even the main reason, that people are voting for Trump? Okay, I want you all to think about that. And that was a dig at Black people when she said it. Please pay attention. She was implying that the Black people, specifically the Black men that aren't voting for her, are only voting for Trump because he gave out stimulus checks. That's a stereotypical insult. And I want you all to pay attention, because that's as much as she thinks of you. Okay, Sierra said, yeah, that's a big insult. Exactly. The bottom line is the economy was better under Trump's run. The bottom line is we had more freedom of speech. Okay, we had more freedom of speech. We weren't so heavily censored. The Democrats want to get rid of TikTok. Trump said that he wasn't going to get rid of it. They want to be able to censor us and keep us from being able to speak contrary views and opinion about things that they say and do. They want to be able to enforce their nefarious mandates, as they've already done before. Whereas Trump gave people a choice. This is what they want to do. And she's acting like she's going to help people make money, but it was her and Biden who, in fact, cost people money. They, in fact, cost people money. Okay? Did you all hear about those people for BARDA who got the settlements? Hold on. Let's talk about that, because this is under her and Biden's watch. Please pay attention. Okay? When they were trying to make people take mandates, some of these people sued. They wanted millions of dollars. Okay? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up. Here's what it says. The state's appeal board voted 2-1 to approve the use of taxpayer funds. Hold on. Is this what I'm looking for? Hold on. That's not it. Okay, I'll go back to that in a second. But basically what I'm saying is I do believe those people got a settlement. The people from BARDA who were saying that they lost their jobs because of the venom. Now, that was on her and Biden's watch. They're the ones that mandated people to do it. I told you that I personally know people who lost their jobs because of that. And then there's some elders who had to retire early because they didn't want to get it. And that was incumbent upon them keeping their jobs. So this is all her and Biden. But now we're supposed to think that she's going to have everybody just making money. Groceries are going to be affordable. Everything's going to be fine and hunky-dory. So yeah, I don't buy it.
Because I believe healthcare should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. On the other hand, Donald Trump's answer to the financial pressures you face is the same as last time. Another $1 trillion in tax cuts for billionaires and big corporations. And this time, he will pay for it with a 20% Trump national sales tax on everyday basic necessities, which will cost the average American family nearly $4,000 more a year. On top of that, you will pay even more if Donald Trump finally gets his way and ends the Affordable Care Act, which will throw, if he were to win, which would throw millions of Americans off their health insurance and take us back to when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. You remember what that was like? Well, we are not going back.
Bless her heart. She tried it. Now, here's the information I was looking for. Now, listen to this. Because like I said, she said we're not going back. Yeah, we're not going back. Not back to her and Biden's regime, because that's where we'll be if she wins. Back with her and Biden, same old BS. Now look at this. It says BART, and I was calling it BARDA, like MARTA, but it's BART. BART to pay millions for firing employees who refuse to get the stupid 19 venom. Okay? This came out about 5 or 6 days ago. Now listen, 6 former San Francisco Bay Area Rapid Transit District employees who were fired for refusing to receive stupid 19 venom during the pandemic will be paid more than $1 million each. Good for them. Okay, $1 million each. Now the $7.8 million payout was granted this week by federal jurors who deliberated over an employment discrimination lawsuit. Employees named as plaintiffs in the suit lost their jobs because of the stupid 19 venom mandates, okay, imposed by the transit agency at the height of the pandemic. Following a trial, the jury's verdict sided with terminated employees. Okay, so these people are getting paid. And see, this was under Biden and Kabami's watch. Okay, that's what that was. That's what they did. So anyway, let's get into one of these TikTok videos because I like to show you guys what the people are saying, what other people are saying, not just me, but what's really going on out here in these streets.
I don't know.
Hold on, there you go.
What's going on, TikTok? This your boy. I don't know what's going on, but I got to say.
Nah, tag me in this. Tag me in this one. Bruh, you up here all this shouting and all of this belligerent shit you doing? You heard me? Who paying you? I thought you were talking about the border. Now you over here campaigning for Kamala. You heard me? It's a fact she cosplaying a black woman. That's a fact right there. Cosplaying. All right? You brought into it? That's fine. That's dandy. This. Trump ain't doing nothing for the border and all this kind of stuff. You remember that term called ICE? Remember them ICE people? Okay. All right. All of that. Whatever. That really don't matter. I'm just trying to see why you so butthurt. What you so butthurt about? Huh? People don't wanna deal with Kamala. Period. She has no policy. Whether she was the vice president or not. She has the ear of the president because she is the vice president. Okay? She has influence. All right? She was called the border czar. She's supposed to go over there, assess the situation, tell it to the president, and then do what they gotta do. It never got done. Okay? Point blank period. Even right now, her policy ain't to really fix the border. She's trying to do a little bit something right now because everybody on that ass. You heard me? Or we ain't gonna go pick no cabbage or no collard greens and no more and all that. We already did that. You heard me? We already did that. Yeah, they need to lock down the border and take care of the people that's within these borders. That's what they need to do. Take care of home first. You heard me? And whatever kind of comprehensive immigration thing they're gonna do, let them do, whatever the case may be. But yeah, cut it off. And take care of these people out here, our people out here that's homeless. Take care of the people that picked up the rifle, these veterans, and they can't get no kind of health care, no kind of nothing. You feel me? And you want to talk about him using them judges to get rid of that abortion situation? You know, what's the problem, bro? You like seeing babies killed? Just because a woman want to kill a baby? Bruh, how much they paying you? That's what I want to know. Calling everybody stupid, this, that, this. I'm going to tell you like this here. What you need to do, you need to calm down. Because your blood pressure went up. I thought something was going to happen to you. I thought you was going to pass out or something. You heard me? Just because people don't share your views don't make them wrong. If you're tired of hearing black folks say this, you're tired of hearing black folks say that, motherfucker, scroll. Or get off social media altogether.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So clearly he was going in. Now, with that all being said, and she wonders why she got booed at that black church. Okay, because Christians, at least the real ones, are not for abortion. Okay, the taking of life, innocent lives at that. Now, Harris distances herself from Biden, labeling Trump supporters garbage. Vice President Harris attempted to distance herself from President Biden's remarks, describing supporters for former President Trump as garbage, saying that she'd be president for all Americans, whether you vote for me or not. Okay, so let's get into it. Democrats playing a dangerous game with divisive language about Trump. This is what DeSantis had to say. Please pay attention. I mean, they are the ones being divisive. That's just the fact of the matter as far as I'm concerned. The Democrats. Okay, the Kabamians, they're being divisive. They're calling people names. Support the arts called people clowns. That's all they can do because they're so mad and butthurt and been out of shape. Like, lighten up.
DeSantis joins me now. I mean, this is a earthquake. Everybody is talking about it. I don't see how they can survive a week with this. What's next?
Well, this is a rite of passage, it seems, for Democratic elites to smear people that disagree with them, whether it was Obama smearing Republicans as bitter clingers, whether it's Hillary smearing Trump supporters back in 2016 as deplorables, and then Biden coming out of the woodwork and coming out of hibernation to say people that support Trump are garbage. But you got to step back.
Hold on. Support the Arts says, you have a picture of Kamala in a clown suit. What say you? I don't say anything. I say that she's in a clown suit, that she's a whole clown. What's the problem? That's my opinion of her. I'm not saying that Kamala can't give her opinion on people or the Democrats can't either. But what they're doing is accusing Trump of doing the same things they've been doing themselves and calling the citizens names. Listen, support the arts. What you can't do, beloved, is you can't compare me to Joe Biden. Okay, stop being obtuse. Joe Biden is the sitting president. I'm not. I'm just producing content. So if I say that Kamala is a clown to me, which I didn't make that picture of her in the clown, I just found it on the internet. But nonetheless, if I think she's a clown, what's that doing to, how is that disparaging American citizens? I'm not in a position of power. Joe Biden is. I don't know how you don't see the difference, okay? Joe Biden's the president. He just called United States citizens garbage, which is far worse, 10 times worse, in my opinion, than that comedian who got up there and told those tasteless, unfunny jokes. Okay? Stop gaslighting and deflecting, honey.
Back at
Accept
it
the
and
truth.
say, you know, this is blowing up in their face. And it's kind of poetic justice because Kamala's there. They do this massive speech on the ellipse, massive production value to try to have a closing argument. And she's there trying to say, and look, it's not sincere because she believes the same that Biden and Obama, Hillary do, but she's trying to say, if you don't vote for me, I reach out my hand, I want to work with everyone. And she's trying to do that message. And so as she's doing that, here comes old Joe blundering into the scene, now saying that all the Trump supporters are garbage, totally undercutting her at that key moment in the race. And, you know, she had opportunities to distance herself from Joe Biden's administration. I mean, obviously she's Veep, but she could have said she disagrees with the border policy. She disagrees with 13 Americans being killed in Afghanistan. And yet she says there's not a single thing that comes to mind that she would have done different. And so these guys are stepping in it. And I think it's going to end up making a difference.
You know, that's such a great point because right now she's bitterly clinging to Biden. She was, you're right, given opportunity after opportunity to create some distance with Joe. And so she walked into this speech last night, basically Joe Biden in a pantsuit. So when something like this, as devastating as this, comes down the pipeline, where she needs distance, she's just right here, just hugging this guy. And it doesn't pass the smell test that all of a sudden, oh, now she disagrees. You mentioned poetic justice. I call it karma, whatever you want to call it. Do you believe in karma, Governor? Because they have not run an honorable or noble campaign.
Well, that's exactly true. I mean, I think you look at what they've done from the beginning. I mean, even more recently, their closing argument seemed to be that Donald Trump is like Hitler, like a fascist. He was president for 4 years, guys. People can watch and see what happened. I didn't see that happen in those 4 years. But what they're doing is they're really stirring up, I think, a lot of division in this country. And think about it. If they are convincing you as a voter that American democracy will end if Donald Trump is president, you can see why you have some of the problems that we have and some of the things that have been stirred up amongst the populace. So I think it's been a very dangerous game that they're playing. I think it is born out of desperation. I don't think it's going to work, but they know exactly what they're doing.
So everybody's doing this early vote. They're looking at these ballots. There's all these propositions. No one can understand it. They're worded in ways that make it purposely opaque so people don't check the right thing. Are they going to legalize cannabis in Florida? Do you support that as governor?
So this is Amendment 3, and you made a great point. It's very opaque. So this is an amendment to the Constitution. What I tell folks in Florida, unless you're 100% sure this is going to be good, your default should be no. And here's the thing. We already have legal marijuana in Florida. We have a medical marijuana program. We have almost 1 million Floridians that have the marijuana card. Jesse, not all million of them have debilitating illnesses.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is, right? Not one person is in prison in the state of Florida for using or possessing marijuana. What this is, and it's not even a full legalization, this amendment was written by the CEO of a weed company, and they put $140 million into it. They don't let you grow your own. You got to buy it from them.
Oh.
And then they give themselves total immunity from civil liability. It's like big pharma on steroids, and they don't have any restrictions on this being used in public. And so if you don't like Denver, you're going to see that all over the Florida. So I would urge people to please vote no. Don't California our Florida. Vote no on Amendment 3.
All right. Read it very carefully because they're.
All right, with that all being said, Kamala just needs to sit down somewhere, is all I'm saying. But let's continue. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I did not mean to get rid of that. Hold on. Let me go pull that back up. I deleted it. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the next video. Now, let me ask you all this, because I did a few stories and I got kind of confused. Did I tell you all about the people in blackface? What happened with that? Did I go over that already? Because I got so many stories in here. Hold on. I can't necessarily remember. Okay, so let me just pull this back up. Hold on, guys. I'm having problems with my computer. It looks like it's frozen. Okay, here we go. Now let's talk about it. Let's move on to the next issue. So they say many truckers, I'm going to share my screen, many truckers favoring a Trump presidency are favoring a Trump presidency, according to an industry leader. Okay, because clearly Kabami has ticked them off too. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Sorry for the delay. Black men love smoking weed. Vote Harris. Black men, if you want to, honey, that's no reason to smoke. That's no reason to vote for anybody. Okay, pertaining to smoking weed, yeah, you need to be more worried about other things that are more important, beloved. Okay, make it make sense. Okay, here we go.
I personally don't vote along party lines, but I support candidates with policies. And I would say policies are the gateway to truckers' votes. I mean, policies that help small business thrive. Right now, a lot of small business owners in the trucking industry are seriously concerned about Kamala Harris's impact on our industry if she takes office. You know, number one, truckers are already struggling to stay afloat due to issues like skyrocketing diesel costs. We're paying too much for diesel. Truckers are driving less miles, paying more for fuel. Another blow to truckers is this increased regulatory burdens. You know, truckers are overregulated. Example, these electric trucks. I mean, how's this? Truckers, I support green energy. I believe all truckers support green energy too. But electric trucks are not going to work because banning diesel is impractical and impossible right now. Let me give you 5 reasons. Number one, costs. Costs are extreme. I mean, it's going to cost another $300,000 on top of the $180,000 to buy a brand new diesel right now. Infrastructure. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the grid set up. We don't have the chargers set up. Right now, truckers are struggling to park their trucks at nighttime. We don't have enough parking for the trucks at nighttime, let alone infrastructure for these chargers. Testing and data is being done right now, which is kind of scary because this technology is new. And if this technology fails, the entire supply chain will be dead in the water. Failure is not merely inconvenient, it's going to be catastrophic. And this is not an option, especially for the food supply chain of American people. And just to give you an idea, J.K.Z. hauls food products, perishables, frozens, everything the consumers eat. So we need to have a better technology than we currently have.
Okay, he's about to put me to sleep. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Got to move on to the next video. Let me ask you all something. Did you all ever answer my question about those people with the black face? Did I talk about that today or no? Okay. Y'all put ones in the chat if I did while I pull up this next video that says Chinese citizen charged for allegedly voting illegally in battleground state and the vote's going to be counted. And that's what it says. And so let's get into it. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here's what it says. Hold on. It says a Chinese citizen who attends the University of Michigan was charged for allegedly voting illegally in the key battleground state of Michigan, and that student's vote will still be counted. It must be a vote for Kabami. Please pay attention. A spokesperson for the Michigan Secretary of State confirmed to Fox News Digital that the Chinese citizen voted at a polling place at the University of Michigan Museum of Art on Sunday, October the 27th. Now, the state's top authorities condemned the 19-year-old's actions, saying that since the man is not a U.S. citizen, he cannot vote in federal elections. I'm sorry, weren't Kabami and Biden just saying that the people that are not citizens are not going to be able to vote? Didn't they say something about that just recently? I could have sworn they did. I could have sworn they did. Okay, so I already talked about it. I see a few ones in the chat. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just trying to stay on track here. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Now let me go to this video.
And cast their votes, because that's really the most secure system. Any other kind of system, whether it's a remote voting system where you can mail in ballots, or what happened in this case in Michigan, which is where you show up and vote early. All of those things, because they're not done on election day with the regularity of election day, they all have potential security problems that you don't have on election day. And the reason that's important is because the security that's involved here is identifying the person to make sure the person, number one, is who he says he is, and number two, is qualified to vote. And they're supposed to scrupulously check that out when they examine whether it's an outside envelope, or, as I understand it in this case, it's a certification that you have to provide to get the ballot. The thing is, because of the imperative of voter secrecy, the ballot does not have an identifying PIN number or other kind of identifying information that would enable somebody afterwards to figure out who voted for whom. So that's our dedication to the secret ballot. But what it means is, if the person passes the identification and qualification aspect of the early voting and gets to fill out the ballot then goes into a tabulator and it gets counted, because there's no way to go back and retrieve it and say, oh, this is the ballot that shouldn't have been voted. And that's the problem here. The only way that you can really deal with it, I guess there's two things to say about that. One is you hope that there's enough election security that this will happen few enough times that it won't affect the integrity of the result. But the other important thing, and I don't think there's enough of this, is it's a violation of both state law and federal law for an alien to attest that he is an American citizen for purposes of being allowed to register to vote. And then federally, at least, it's a crime for a non-American to vote, at least if it's done knowingly and you don't know that you're not eligible.
Okay, enough of that. Now, with that all being said, if the vote was done illegally, I don't know why or how it's being counted. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my opinion. Okay, Brett Favre rips Joe Biden for garbage comments, says it would be insane to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, Brett Favre is, first of all, a whole welfare queen. I don't know if anyone should be listening to anything he has to say, but I digress. Okay, so here's what he had to say, because let's not forget how he stole that money from those poor people, okay, down there in Mississippi, allegedly. Now, football Hall of Famer Brett Favre spoke at Donald Trump's rally in Green Bay, where he made his legacy as the Packers quarterback. Now, the 11-time Pro Bowler said that he had never spoken at or an event like this before, but with the election just 6 days away, he said, I decided it's time. There have never been a more important time in our lives than right now in this election. I'm sorry, that's what he started his speech with. I really hate when I hear people say that, because some people say it literally every election cycle, and those people are usually the Democrats, but I digress. So goes on to say that the stakes are incredibly high. Families across Wisconsin are struggling to make ends meet. So are those people whose money he stole, but I digress. People's salaries haven't kept up with inflation. It's getting harder for younger people to buy their first home. People are losing hope in the American dream. Now, Favre said that it wasn't just about money. citing 50 fentanyl overdoses in Brown County, Wisconsin last year. He also said that the younger generation faces the prospect of World War III. He says, we've already had President Trump once. We've already seen Kamala in action. We can compare, and we know which is better. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It would be insane to give Kamala 4 more years in office. So it's time to bench Kamala and put in the star quarterback. Okay, the football analogy was pretty good. And here's the thing. We have already had Trump in office for 4 years. And that's why when Kamala's sitting here, her and the rest of the Democrats trying to convince us that, oh, it's going to be Hitler. Oh, it's going to be him taking away your freedoms and democracy. We already have seen that happen. And that's happened under Biden's watch. Okay, that's happened under Biden's watch. They're the ones taking away freedom of speech. Okay, so please miss us with it, Kabami. But anyway, so that's what he had to say. Now, meanwhile, in other news, it says Trump defends supporters at Wisconsin rally. His supporters are not garbage, he says. Okay, so he says, I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage. That's what he opened up with at the Wisconsin rally, okay, at the Resch Center while wearing an orange reflective safety vest. An orange reflective safety vest, saying that when they said I looked thinner, I said in that case, I'd wear it on stage. I may never wear a blue jacket again, he says. See, Trump's always telling jokes. Not all mean, butthurt, bitter, and angry and pointing a finger of blame and shame at Kabami like she does him. All right? Well, let me continue because we're not voting him in for his jokes, okay? And we're not voting for Kabami because of her lack thereof. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, during a virtual Harris campaign call with Voto Latina, Biden took a swipe at former Trump's weekend rally at Madison Square Garden, which made headlines after an insult by a comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, made jokes mocking different ethnic groups, with one joke referring to Puerto Rico as a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters, Biden said. Okay, so the garbage I see floating is his supporters. Okay, Biden says his demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American. Find that interesting. So is what he said. And he's the president. Now, the comment quickly went viral and sparked swift condemnation from critics. Before the rally in Green Bay, Trump was pictured wearing the bright orange vest and a garbage truck in an apparent dig at Biden and Harris, saying this week Harris has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. This is what he told supporters at his evening rally. And now, speaking on a call from her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. Okay, my response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. Well, that's a good point right there. Okay, that's a good point right there. What do y'all have to say about that? Support the arts. Then goes on to say, Vivek Ramaswamy takes out trash in North Carolina with a garbage man, saying, I felt disrespected. Speaking of that, I forgot, I got to show you all something. Vivek said he felt disrespected. Okay, he interviewed a garbage man in North Carolina on Wednesday after collecting trash with him, seizing on controversial remarks by President Biden that appeared to disparage supporters of former President Trump. He said, I felt disrespected. Now, this is what the man told Ramaswamy. Now, his name is Leo. Okay, he said, keep the prices down. When asked what leaders could do to make it easier for trash workers, he said, keep the prices down. Now, Biden has been harshly criticized for his remarks during a virtual campaign call for Vice President Kamala Harris with Voto Latino, in which he took a swipe at Trump's weekend rally in Madison Square Garden. Now, basically, they say, like Trump on Wednesday in Wisconsin, Ramaswamy donned a reflective vest and rode in a garbage truck. He emptied trash bins with Leo before heading to campaign for Trump. Okay, see, this is what y'all need to pay attention to. They're marketing this very well. That's what they're doing. They're marketing this very well. The Trumpsters, that's what they're doing. Now, I want you all to see this, what people have posted to social media. I almost forgot about this. I shared it on X. Because people are going in about this whole thing. Pay attention. Okay, you all got to see this. This is all hilarious. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen. Miss Kim, thank you for becoming a member of the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Now, y'all, look at this.
Voting Donald Trump.
Okay, did y'all see that? They said that's her and her husband heading to vote for Donald Trump. Okay, I'm sorry. See, all they did was really inadvertently did Trump a favor. All right, by doing that foolishness. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, I'm about to conclude this broadcast. Okay, I want to thank you all for tuning in, but here's what I want to say. I want to give you all a word from Woody. For those of you that follow the backup channel, you've seen that I've been covering the YSL trial. So Woody had something to say, and it made a whole lot of sense. And in fact, I find it to be absolutely true. Now I'm going to play this video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share, and then we're up out of here.
A lot of Mexicans don't like blacks because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like black people? He said, black people, we're quick to turn on each other. You know what I mean? He said, when a Mexican come in, like we in jail, and he showed me. He said, let's sit right here and watch. So they bring new people in. He said, watch this. When a Mexican come in, other Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and we criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people. I was like, wow. He's like, but yeah, black people are like the worstest when it comes to, you know,
how we treat each other.
And it's true.
Yeah.
It is absolutely true, and I've told you all that before, okay? I've told you all how the one thing that I admire about white people is that they can have 99 issues and disagree on 99 of them and only agree on one. And that one thing that they all have in common is enough for them to stick together and unify. But with black people, you can have 100 things and 99 of them you can agree on and only have one that you disagree on. And that's enough for some black people to throw the rest of us under the bus. Okay? Very fickle. All right. And this is all very true. This is what black people do. And another thing that black people do that really annoys me, like support the arts. When people, you know, basically, Yvette said, you sure did, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay. I did tell you all that because that's one of the problems that I have with black people. Okay. And another thing that I have a problem with black people doing is, for one, black people think emotionally rather than using logic. Okay. When you think using your emotions and your feelings, you don't make logical, you know, ethical decisions when you do that. Okay. This is why people, and I've already told you all how some of these low vibrational emotions are in fact mind control. So how are you going to make logical and very good decisions when you're thinking of how you feel about it? Okay. When you're confounded by your feelings. Your feelings don't really care because we all have feelings and views and opinions. You should be using logic and truth and factual information and data to come to important decisions and conclusions. But sadly, many of our people don't want to do that. And the reason some of our people don't want to do it is because they don't want to they don't want to see the truth because they can't handle the truth. Okay, they can't handle the truth. It's just like when I told somebody who said they were a fan of George Lopez, and I told them, well, if you're mad about the comments that man made in Madison Square Garden, did you hear the comments that George Lopez said about black people and what he further said to that black woman? And they said, well, I've never heard that. I like George Lopez. And I said, well, you haven't heard it. I said, just look it up. Well, I don't need to look it up because I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you don't want to hear it because you don't want to know the truth about George Lopez, whom you're sitting here caping for. But you want to be hypocritical and then be mad at this comedian for something that he said at the end of the day because you don't know him, so you don't care about him, but you like Lopez, so you don't want to call him out for what he said. You see what that is? It's called selective outrage. Okay, Black people tend to engage in cognitive dissonance. When you show them the truth and the proof of the receipts, just like the day Support the Arts asked me, well, what has Trump done for Black people? When I said, what has Kamala done for Black people? Now, the thing is, I was able to spit off a list of things that Trump did, and to which Support the Arts said to me, oh, you're just defending Trump. That's what they said. Who am I defending? You asked me the question, I answered it. Now, just because I asked you the same question about Kabami and you couldn't name not even one single thing to this day that Kabami has done for Black people, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. You asked the question, I answered it. You see, that's what Black people do. And then sometimes when you disagree with Black people, they'll say that you're a hater. Or if you criticize someone, if someone does or says something you disagree with, they have a point of view that you don't, that don't align with your own, and you speak on it, mention it, critique it in any way, shape, or form, they'll say you're hating. It's not about hating. No, some people may be hating, but why can't it be that you just have a difference of opinion? You just don't see it the same way, that your perception isn't the same as theirs, because after all, perception is reality. But the reality of it is some people don't want to see other people's reality, don't want to understand and comprehend that someone could think outside of the box or just think differently than them. Because if you don't think what they think, and if you don't have the same views and values and opinions as them, then they view you as a problem. But what a boring, mundane world we would live in if everybody literally thought and felt the same way and viewed everything the same, and no one ever thought outside of the box or saw anything different or spoke a contrary opinion because they just wanted to go along to get along and wouldn't want anyone else to look at them oddly or with a side eye, so they just went along with the status quo. Okay, just think about that. With that all being said, December said, talk nice to me, okay? M. Flanor said, propaganda is a reality. It is. It absolutely is. And some people, they just live in a land of delusion, okay? They don't want to see reality, and they don't want to hear the truth spoken if the truth is going against their narrative. Now, when you tell a lie that suits their narrative, that's okay. You can tell lies that are not even true, because that makes my narrative sound good and makes it more credible and gives it more credence. But if you're telling the truth and it doesn't go along with my narrative, which could be completely false, fictitious, well, now I have a problem with the truth. Like the Democrats, that's why they want to censor people, because if the things that some of us are saying don't align with the lies that they do put out, and oh, trust me, they do in fact put out lies. So with that all being, and I'm not saying the Republicans don't put out lies sometimes, but I'm talking about the Democrats right now, because they're the ones sowing the seeds of discord, if anybody's paying attention, and I'm sure that we are on this channel. And some people just can't take criticism, whether it's constructive or not. And so they'll lash out and say things to people who don't agree with them, like Support the Arts calling Trump supporters clowns, but doesn't want anyone to call Kabamians clowns. Please pay attention. Okay, so anyway, December said the truth is undefeated. Absolutely. Bubba said, exactly, Queen. That's how Diddy got away with everything he did. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Okay, Dorana said, word salad with no croutons. Thank you. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so I'm going to be live on the backup channel. It's almost 1 o'clock. I'll be live on the backup channel in about 30 minutes. We got to talk about Shanquella Robinson's family is suing. Okay, and then we have a few other things to talk about. So make sure you stay tuned. All right, I'm about to post that link now. So anyway, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Soul all in my skin, God all in my blood.
Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got